Hello everyone, today we'll be going through different voicings of a jazz progression, the 2-5-1 progression. We'll be going through around 30 plus chord progressions which will give different feels in the same progressions in the key of F major 7th and C. So let's get started right away. So we will be starting from F major. The most simple progression would be to play like this. Then F major 7th. Now how can we alter this to give it a different feel? We'll be adding some chords, we'll be using suspended chords, we'll be using extended chords. So let's start with the first progression. We'll be playing G minor 7th, C9 and then back to F major 7th. So to play G minor 7th, what you have to do is play the 3rd fret on the 6th string and then bar the last 4th string on the 3rd fret. Now what you can do is play the 3rd fret on the 6th string by your 2nd finger and then rest of the string by your 3rd finger. And if that's not possible for you to play, you can place your pinky on the last finger, on the last string. Or another thing which you can do is place your thumb on the 3rd fret and then bar the last 4 strings with your 1st finger. Or you can bar the whole thing if you want to play it in the broken way. The next chord would be C9, which is this chord. To play this chord, you have to place your 2nd finger on the 3rd fret, 1st finger on the 2nd fret on the 4th string, and then bar the last 3 strings on the 3rd fret. And then we'll play F major 7th, which is a simple shape. You can place your thumb on the 1st fret, or you can place your 1st finger on the 1st fret. Then you have to place your 2nd finger on the B string 1st fret. Then place your pinky on the 2nd fret 3rd string, and then place your 3rd finger on the 2nd fret. Or if you want to play it with a thumb, you will not be using your 4th finger. So I'll be playing it several times so you can get the feel. The next voicing would be these chords: G minor 9th, C7 flat 9 and F major 13th. Now these chords may sound complicated, but they are not. So let's dive into them. The first chord which we'll be playing is G minor 9th. Earlier we were playing G minor 7th. Now here we will not be playing the 7th but the 9th, which is like this. Place your thumb on the 3rd fret, bar these 4 strings just like G minor 7. Just place your 3rd finger on the 5th fret 1st string, or you can place your pinky also. The next chord will be adding the main tension to the progression, which is C7 flat 9. Keep your thumb on the 3rd fret on the 6th string and then play a D shape from 4th string. The chord will sound like this. You can see that it is adding a little bit of tension here. Now the third chord is F major 13th, which is very simple. You just have to place your 1st finger on the 1st fret 6th string and then place your 2nd finger or 3rd finger, whichever you are comfortable, on the 1st fret, and then play all the strings in the middle open. Let's see what it sounds like. Moving on, the next progression would be G minor 11th, C7 flat 5, and then F major 7th. To play G minor 11th, you have to place your second finger on the 3rd fret, 6th string, and then place your 3rd finger and the 4th finger on 2 strings, which is the 3rd fret, right below the 3rd fret, on 4th and 3rd string. Then you have to place your first finger on the 1st fret, 2nd string. The next chord is C7 flat 5. For playing this, all you have to do is just move your 3rd and 2nd finger 1 fret lower. Now the 3rd chord is F major 7th. We'll be playing it in a different shape. All we have to do, we'll be playing three notes same exactly like we played in the first for the first time. All you have to do is add your pinky on the 3rd fret on 5th string. So I'll be playing it a couple of times so you can get the feel. One last time. The next voicing would be to play these 3 chords: G minor 7th, C7 sharp 9, F major 7 over 6. So to play G minor 7th, we'll be playing a bar chord. So to play this chord, you have to bar the 3rd fret, all the 6 strings. Then you have to place your 3rd finger on the 5th string, 5th fret. Then bar the next 2, and then place your pinky on the 6th fret, 2nd string. The next chord is C7 sharp 9th. To play this, you have to place your 2nd finger on the 3rd fret for 6th string. Then place your first finger on the 2nd fret with your first finger on the 4th string. Then place your 3rd finger on the 3rd fret, 3rd string. Then place your pinky on the 4th fret, 2nd string. Now you can see it is adding a little bit of tension in the chord progression. Then we'll be returning to F major 7, 6. Now for playing this, you have to place your first finger on the 1st fret, 6th string. Then place your 2nd finger on the 2nd fret, 4th string. then place your third finger on the second fret, third string, and then place your pinky on the third fret, second string. So I'll be playing it a couple of times. Now the next progression is G minor 7th, C9 sus 4, and then F6. Now to play G minor 7th, we have to bar the third fret and just not play the fifth string. This is the same as the first chord that we did in the first progression. The next chord would be C9 sus 4. Now to play this, you have to place your second finger on the fifth string on the third fret, then place your third finger on the third fret, third string, then place your pinky on the third fret, second string, then place your first finger on the first fret, first string. Next chord is F6. To play this, you have to place your first finger on the first fret, then third finger on the third fret, fifth string, then place your second finger on the second fret on third string, then place your pinky on the third fret, second string, which is D. So F, C, A, and D. So I'll be playing it a couple of times. Now the next progression would be G minor 7th, C7, and F6. I think these chords sounds a little familiar. Let's play them. G minor 7, we did it before, is played like this. Then we have to play C7, which is a bar chord. It's very simple. You can play it by barring from 5th string. Then place your third finger on the 5th fret, 4th string, which is a G, and then place your 4th finger on the 5th fret, which is an E. And then F6, but in a different position. To play this, you have to bar the last 3 strings, then place your pinky. You have to bar the middle, the 4th, the 3rd, and the 2nd string. Then place your pinky on the 5th fret, then place your 3rd finger on the 3rd string, and then place your 3rd finger on the 5th fret on the 1st string. together it sounds like this. It's a lovely sound. Na, 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 na. Na, 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 na. So let's move on to the next progression. The three chords are G minor ninth, C7, sharp 5 and sharp 9, then F major 7th. So to play these, the G minor ninth we did earlier is played like this. The shape of G7, G minor 7th with an added ninth. Then C7, sharpened 5th and sharpened 9th. C7, sharpened 5th and sharpened 9th. To play this, you have to place your second finger on the 3rd fret 5th string. Then place your first finger on the 2nd fret on the 4th string. Then place your 3rd finger on the 3rd fret 3rd string. And then bar the last 2 strings on the 4th fret. Now back to F major 7th. We'll be playing it like this. Place your 3rd finger on the 5th fret 6th string. Then place your first finger on the 3rd fret on the 4th string and then bar the last 3 strings on the 5th fret with either your 3rd finger, with your 4th finger. Now I'll be playing it a couple more times. The next progression would be G minor 9th, C 13th, and then F major 7. Now G minor 9th is the same position. Then C 13th, which is just you bar the 3rd fret from the 5th string and then play the 5th fret on the 1st string. This is C 13th. And then you play F major 7th with not barring the last 3 strings with your pinky, rather play it with your 3rd and 4th finger. The first finger on the 3rd fret 4th string and then your second finger on the 6th string on the 5th fret. So it will sound something like this. Similar sounds. Then F major 7th. 4 more times. C 13th, F major 7th. The next progression would be G minor 9th in a different position, then C9 again in a different position, then F with an added 9th. So you'll have to stretch your fingers a little bit. You have to place your 4th finger on the 7th fret. and then bar the last 3 strings on the 3rd fret. So it is quite a bit of stretching. Now you can see the tension. Then for C9th, you have to place your first finger on the 2nd fret on the 4th string, and then bar the rest 3 strings with your 3rd finger on the 3rd fret, or with your 2nd finger. The 3rd chord is F with an added 9th. For this, you play the major triad of F, and then place your 4th finger on the 5th fret on the 4th string. You can see the tension. So together it will sound like this. Okay. Okay. Now for the next progression is G minor add 9, C7 flat 9, and then F add 9. Now you can see we are using a lot of add and sus because these add a little more flavor to the chords. We are using these extended chords so you can increase your vocabulary in a single progression, which will give you a lot more options on your guitar to mess around with, play, do something unexpected while you're playing. And you'll also enjoy while improvising, because you'll have so many options to play with. So the next progression is G minor add 9, C7 flat 9, and then F add 9. So to play these, you have to bar the 3rd fret and then place your 3rd finger on the 5th string, which is the 5th fret, and then place your pinky on the 7th fret, 4th string. So it's you can see it's the 9th. Keep barring the 3rd fret. Then you have to play C7 flat 9, which is the same as we did previous. Place your thumb on the 3rd fret, 4th string. Then play the D shape from the 4th string. So you can see a lot of tension. Then F add 9, which is the same shape I don't think this is a nice position which you'll be playing live. So let me play it for you slowly. The next progression would be G minor 7th, C11, then F major 9th. We'll be playing G minor 7th in a different position, just like this. Now you place your 2nd finger on the 5th fret and 3rd finger on the 5th fret on 5th and 4th string respectively, and then place your 1st finger on the 3rd fret the third string, then place your pinky on the 6th fret of the 2nd string. Then you will play C11 from the 6th fret. Play a major triad on the 6th fret. Just add this note, which is the 8th fret on the 6th string. Then F major 9th on the 5th fret. You bar the 5th fret, the first 4 strings, and then place your 3rd finger on the or you can place your 4th finger on the 8th fret. So it will sound like this. Again. The next progression would be G minor 7th, C9 and F major 9th. The F major 9 is in the same position, the C9 is in the same position, the main music is in G minor 7th, which will be playing in a different position, which is like this. Place your 2nd finger on the 6th fret, then place your 1st finger on the 4th fret, on the 5th fret, on the 4th string, then place your 4th finger on the 7th fret on the 3rd string, then place your 3rd finger on the 6th fret of the 2nd string. Now to the next chord, which is C9, you have to play like this. Place your 1st finger on the 5th fret of the 2nd string, then place your 2nd finger on the 7th fret of the 3rd string, then place your 4th finger on the 8th fret of the 4th string, then place your 3rd finger on the 8th fret of the 6th string. Now for F major 9th, which is the same as previous. Altogether it sounds like this. Again. So the next progression would be G minor 7th, C13, flat 9, then F6. The G minor 7th is the same position as we did it earlier. The next chord is C13th, flat 9, which will play it like this. Bar the first 2 strings with your 1st finger, then place your 2nd finger on the 6th fret of the 3rd string, then place your 3rd finger on the 7th fret of the 5th string, then place your 4th finger on the 8th fret of the 4th string. I can feel the presence of the flat 9th. Then it is F6, which is an E shape from the 4th string. from the 4th string and then placing your 4th finger on the 8th fret of the 6th string. Now hold together, it sounds like this. Okay. Now the next progression is G minor 7th, C 7th, and then F add 9. Now to play G minor 7th, we'll be using a different position, which is on from the 5th fret. You have to place your first finger on the 5th fret of the 4th string, then place your 4th finger 2 frets up on the 3rd string, and then either you can bar or play it with your 2nd and 3rd string. Then you have to play C 7th, of course in a different position. Keep your first finger at the same position. Then place your 2nd finger on the 7th fret on the 7th fret of 5th string. Then place your 3rd finger on the 8th fret of the 4th string, then bar the last 2 strings with your 4th finger. Then for playing F add 9, you have to place your first finger on the 3rd string, 5th fret, then place your 2nd finger on the 7th fret, 4th string, then place your 3rd finger on the 5th string on the 8th fret, then bar the last 2 strings on the 8th fret. It's a nice chord, F add 9. Now all together it sounds like this. The next chord is F7. Then F add 9. Now the last progression in the key of F major 7th is G minor 7 over 6, C 11th, and then F major 9th. Now to play G minor 7 over 6, you have to place your second finger on the 6th fret of the 6th string, then bar the 5th fret, the middle C strings, which is the 4th, the 3rd, and the 2nd. Then place your 4th finger on the 7th fret of the 3rd string. Then play C11, which is similar to playing C11 as we did earlier. It's like this. Play the major triad, the C major triad, and just add the 3rd finger on the 6th string on the 8th fret. Then F major 9th. To play this, you have to place your 2nd finger on the 8th fret, Then place your first finger on the 7th fret on the 4th string. Then place your 4th finger on the 8th fret. Then place your 3rd finger on the 8th fret, on the 9th fret. This 4th finger should be on 9th fret on the 3rd string. Then place your 3rd finger on the 8th fret, 2nd string. So hold together, it sounds like this. Again. Again. So we'll be saying drr with this rhythm. वापस आते हुए के साथ साथ हम इसे 5 बार करेंगे आरो प्लस अवरो 5-5 so that means a total of 10 rounds will be doing. Let's start once again.